Yo guys, it's Daniel here with my very first Minecraft tutorial. Unfortunately, this is a tutorial for Minecraft Bedrock and Pocket Edition only, and this covers basically a super smelter. So why I decided to design the super smelter, you may ask. You may know from following me on Twitch or YouTube that I have a really good smelter on Java Edition that smelts things really quickly. And I was like, man, that would be really nice to have on Bedrock. And I went through so many design iterations, like this one right here. It smelts about a shulker box of items in about 20 or so minutes. This one smelts a shulker box of items in about 12 minutes. And this one you guys are looking at smelts a shulker box of items in 8. So it's pretty well. I think this is as fast as I can make it. So it is what it's got to be. And with that being said, I shall talk less and describe to you how this farm works. So basically, this is the fuel chest right here. This is the output chest. And this is where you put your smeltable items. So the moment you fill this chest up, the comparators will register reading and it will basically power up this redstone thing here. Now this comparator is in subtract mode, so it would not output a signal until this signal from the minecart hoppers, is stronger than the signal that's coming in from the side here. So once that happens, which is basically when the minecart hopper is almost full, it will output a signal here, which will turn off this minecart torch, which will turn this off, and it will turn the piston off, which will lift this and just let all hell break loose all the way through. Now, it sounds really simple, but it took a while to find out what could hold freaking minecart hoppers behind, because on Java you could just use trapdoors and that works perfectly fine apparently. But yeah, this is pretty much the basis of this farm. So there's two versions that I have over there. So one basically uses a minecart with chest to transport fuel all throughout the 64 furnaces that we have, and another one basically just forces fuel through using a hopper. So the advantage of that is that this is probably less laggy than this, because on Bedrock, if you have hoppers that are full forcing into chests, which are considered the furnaces, or other hoppers that are full, you pretty much get a ton of lag, and you have like 64 of those over here times 2. But yeah, besides that, honestly, if you have enough iron, you can just build this one. If you have enough gold, you can just build this one. There isn't really that much of an advantage or disadvantage of either versions, but well, just build one to your needs. Also, one more thing guys, for this input chest, it's better to leave it as a single double chest, and that's because the minecart hoppers, they are pulling at quadruple hopper speed, 4 times hopper speed, right? So whatever you can try to do to this chest to put items in it automatically and increase storage, the most I've gotten was 2 times hopper speed. If you can tweak this design to make it somehow put in 4 times hopper speed, be my guest, you can tweak it. But for now, I only managed to put in double hopper speed, and no matter what I did, these two always pull items way faster than I could ever auto-load into the chest using hoppers. So for now, the max capacity is 2 shulker boxes, and well, you have to empty the bottom chest anyway, so well, I guess that kind of works out. So that's the most important thing so far. So then raises the question, how am I supposed to get the fuel for all of this? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because my boy JC Playz, the YouTuber I've been watching for all my freaking Minecraft worlds, all the tutorials and builds that I needed, made a zero-tick kelp farm, which pretty much means free fuel. So as you can see here, it's producing a crap ton of kelp, which can be smelted with a smoker, which you can honestly use dried kelp blocks if you have it. If not, you can just put a couple of coal blocks in there. It's fine, because you'll make some dried kelp, which you can turn into kelp blocks. And from those kelp blocks, you can just restock this, and this will become self-sustaining. But what's even better is that you can link this, once you have enough fuel, to the freaking smelter and make an automatic fuel generator. And what's even better than that, once the automatic crafting station comes out in 1.21, this can literally be a fuel producer. It's not even a smelter anymore. It just produces dried kelp blocks of fuel. But well, that's just the potential of what this could be. With that being said, let's talk less and head straight to the build tutorial. Alright, so let's talk about the build area and materials. So for this build, it's 38 blocks long, 9 blocks wide, and 8 blocks tall. And in terms of materials, if you want to build the rails one, which basically use the minecart's chest for fuel, you would need this many hoppers, this many golden rails. You need these many furnaces. Any building block that you prefer. I'm using smooth stone, but you could use any solid blocks. Please do not use glass. But yeah, any solid block works. We need some redstone dust, we need some levers, some rails, some chests, redstone torches, repeaters, comparators, detector rails, sticky pistons, and any fence that you fancy. Obviously, we also need 2 minecart hoppers and a minecart chest, and some scaffolding, temporary blocks, and temporary rails. Now, with that being said, guys, I will be building this version because, well, it's honestly the same except for the fuel line, and placing hoppers ain't really that much of a big deal because rails, rails can get messed up pretty easily. So I'm going to be building this version. So for the hopper version, this is the builds list. As you can see, we need a lot more hoppers and a lot less golden rails. And same thing here, we need the temporary rails, temporary blocks, as well as scaffolding. Of course, we also don't need the Minecart chest. So this is all. Just pause the video if you guys need to take a look at the materials list. And with that being said, guys, we shall start building. First of all, you want to take a couple of chests, take 3 stacks of hoppers, take all your furnaces, take all your powered rails, take your 8 rails, as well as your temporary rails, your temporary blocks, your scaffolding, your smooth stone, and your levers. There you go. And we shall start building. So from the corner of your build, from any corner, just count in 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from here, count 5 blocks in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And place a double chest over here. And behind that double chest, we want to place 2 rows of 32 hoppers. So basically just empty out your stack of hoppers into the back of this chest. Alright, so once you guys have done that, we can place furnaces all on top of the hoppers. So the important thing is that the furnaces have to face each other. So you have to place them this way so that you can put fuel at the back. So just make sure the back of the furnaces are faced towards the outside of the farms. So we just place all our furnaces here as well, and we'll see you guys after we've done that. Alright guys, with all of our furnaces placed, we will now place the fuel hoppers. So just basically place a hopper behind every single furnace on both sides, and you should exhaust a total of a stack of furnaces. I'm sorry, a stack of hoppers over here. Alright, once you guys have done placing the fuel hoppers, we will now place the inlet items. So the inlet would just be basically on top of the furnace, and you guys want to place a total of a stack of furnaces on top of all of these. Alright, now once you guys have done all of that and you are building the rail version, just drop down here and place 4 solid blocks right over here, and you want to place 4 normal rails right down here and place power rails all along this side. Now at the end over here, place yourself a solid block so that the minecart can bounce over the rail and go back to the inlet. Now back at the front of the farm, we will want to place a normal rail on this side, and then all power rails all the way towards the end. Now the bottom rails are done, and that should basically not disturb any other rails for the rest of this project. So let's go ahead and place solid blocks over here. So this is for our top rails, and we'll deal with that later. Now back to the front of the farm, we would want a 3x4 platform over here. So there's 4. We just count 2 more outwards here and just fill this up. Now this is where our detector rail is going to be. So it's going to be power rail, detector rail, and power rail on a slope here. So on this side, we want to place a temporary block under here and 2 solid blocks up here. And then basically break this temporary block. So now we will want to get our detector rail, which is somewhere in here. There we go. Get our scaffolding so we can climb back up here. Alright, so we would want to place a power rail over here and over here, and the detector rail on the second block here, and another power rail and another power rail on top here. Now we want to place another power rail over here, a detector rail over here, a power rail over here, destroy this one, and place a power rail at the top over here and destroy this one. So this is what it should look like. So make sure you guys don't mess this up, because if you mess this up, the farm isn't gonna work. This is literally the most important part of the smelter. So once you're done with that, we're gonna extend this power rail all the way to the end. As you can see over here. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so now you should have 4 rows of unpowered powered rails. So how do we power them? We shall use levers. So from this powered rail, we count 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We place 2 blocks over here. We place 1 block at the edge over here. And another block at the edge over here. And we basically place levers and flick them on, and the minecart hoppers, the golden rails will just turn on. And we basically just go to the end over here, count another 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Place another 2 blocks up there. Place a block down here, if I can aim it. With another block down here. And place your levers on top. And all your power rails should be powered now. Now it is important that the block that you place over here to power the lower power rails isn't on the top of this rail, because that will cause this hopper to deactivate, and that will basically clog up your entire sorting system, and you do not want that. So just make sure it's on the outside of the farm. And with that being done, we shall move forward with the redstone bits of this farm. So now you want to grab the rest of the items that you have in here, with exception of the minecarts, and go back up here and basically start the build. So the chests, the input chest is gonna be right on top of this rail. So just click on the top of this rail, and this is your input chest right here. And from the input chest, you want 2 comparators reading off the chest into a solid block. And those solid blocks would basically go into a repeater. So we need the temporary block down here, we have a solid block down here, as well as a temporary block down here and the solid block down here. Now these repeaters will go into another block, so we need temporary block, solid block, another temporary block. I'm so sorry, that's in the wrong place, but that's fine. A solid block down here. So you should have a sort of a weird pyramid shape down here. So destroy the solid blocks for now. And go back up here. Now you want to equip the repeaters. Place the repeaters over here and over here. Redstone dust at the bottom and a block on top of that redstone dust. Same thing over here. Place a redstone on the bottom and a block on top of that redstone dust. Now we should have something that looks like this. It's a big T shape. And now here's the part where it will detect our minecart hopper contents. So basically, from the detector rail, put in a comparator on subtract mode. So basically just right click on it. So from here, you want to place 1 solid block there and another solid block there, and fill up with redstone all the way till here, and do the same thing on the other side. So a solid block here, a solid block here, and redstone all the way around. And it should connect nicely to the comparators. Now from the comparators, we want another solid block outwards. Place redstone dust on there and on there. And we basically want to build on top of it. So place a block like that. Take your redstone torch. Place a redstone torch right on top of it. And we're going to do a small little redstone tower here. So another block on top of the redstone torch, another redstone torch, a temporary block in front of this redstone torch, a block on top of this redstone torch, a redstone torch across this, and a solid block over here. Now remove this temporary block, put a redstone dust on this block, and you're done for this side. So you just need to repeat that on the other side as well. Alright, once you guys are done with that, we will put in the pistons and the fences over here. So just place the pistons upside down right over here and place the fences right on top of the pistons. And that is the redstone part completely done. Okay guys, so now we'll be moving forward with the fuel part. And I just realized I made a little mistake with the build list. So you need one more smooth stone as compared to what I had in the build list. So let's just add one more. And we need 6. So basically we place 2 blocks. Oh my. We place 2 blocks here and just build all the way straight over here and place one more block over here with a lever at the top of it. So what we're gonna do is build up with a bit of scaffolding over here. Look at this redstone torch, place a chest over there, and place another chest over there. Have a hopper face down from here, another hopper face down here. Place a temporary block below this hopper, and have another hopper face into that temporary block. So this will give you double hopper speed loading into the minecart with hopper. Minecart with chest, I'm sorry. And that will basically try to make things a bit better for you. So now we have 2 power rails and we have 3 normal rails over here. And with that, we're just left with putting on the minecart hoppers as well as the minecart chests. So minecart chest gets placed over here. The minecart hoppers, just place them on this power rail, push them in, and place them on this power rail and push them in. And this is basically how you build the farm, guys. So for those making the hopper version, all these parts can be excluded. This chest over here can be brought down 1 block lower, and the hoppers will just be basically replaced with the rails over here. It's pretty much almost the same, with exception that these rails are basically hoppers going around the entire place, and this last hopper just feeds into this straight. But yeah, this is pretty much how you build this super smelter. It's pretty simple, and honestly you can change it however you like. Like this output chest over here, you can stretch it all the way to the end and make an item elevator so that they're all at the same level. But well, that's just up to you guys. As long as you guys don't mess with the main mechanic on top of here, the redstone, like it's all good. So that should be it for today's tutorial, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy the rest of my content. And of course, leave comments for any other tutorials you want to see. If you guys leave enough likes, I might continue doing more tutorials on maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'll call them Tutorial Tuesdays and Tutorial Thursdays. And with that being said, guys, thanks for watching and peace out.